Hark, bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. With joyful ring, all caroling, one seems to hear.
Luke chapter 2. Christmas could never be complete without considering the shepherds on the hillside. There's something about this story that's just so special. Maybe it's a combination of the intensely spiritual, that is to say the angels and the heavens opening up, and the earthly, the shepherds around a crackling campfire looking after their sheep. Something is about to happen in the world that will only happen once. There's a saying that there is nothing new under the sun, that what will be has been. Now that's true for everything except the one that we celebrate at Christmas and that was announced to the shepherds on the hillside. This is not even a once in a lifetime event. It's a once in the lifetime of mankind event. This is the night that's chosen. This is the place. Now let's try to imagine it. On a dark hillside, some shepherds are gathered around their campfire, keeping a wary eye and ear open for predators. Maybe there's the light of the moon to help them. What they are discussing, we're not told. Maybe sacred things. They were obviously devout Jews, for God to even choose them to reveal his glory. Also, they would be aware that this was the time that Daniel had prophesied the Messiah would come. Expectation was running high throughout the entire land, and they were right in the vicinity of the city of David, Bethlehem, where Micah had predicted he would be born. But from a worldly point of view, there was nothing special about these men. People may naturally think that an angelic announcement of the Messiah's birth would be made to the religious leaders in Jerusalem, probably at the Temple Mount, an impressive angelic throng illuminating the entire mount and hundreds of awestruck witnesses. What a scene it would have been. But this isn't God's way. He clearly loves those types of people who this world labels ordinary. Jesus, like his Father, also loved them, seeing nothing ordinary whatsoever about them. You could look for Jesus among the common folk. They were his delight. Now, there may have been another lesser reason why God didn't make the announcement in Jerusalem. Herod would have immediately attempted to murder the Messiah, something he would attempt, in fact, a couple of years later. But surely God could have easily protected the Messiah from a mere human ruler. Yes, of course he could. But God became a real man who didn't have superhuman protection in the same way that we don't have superhuman protection. In modern terms, he would be a leader who would lead from the front. He could be killed by a wicked king. He could be hungry. He could be tired. Yet with all our own frailties, he conquered, showing us that we have no excuse for giving up and accepting defeat. He can show us the way forward in all things to be more than conquerors. And there's another thing that we mustn't overlook. Just as God knew exactly where those shepherds were and who they were, so he knows you and me. And he has surrounded us with his glory, even though it isn't visible to the natural eye. And just as with the shepherds, so he will lead us to Jesus. Say, ye holy shepherds, say, what your joyful news today? Wherefore have ye left your sheep on the lonely mountains steep? As we watched at dead of night, lo, we saw a wondrous light. Angels singing peace on earth told us of a Saviour's birth. Hail, thou ever-blessed morn! Hail, redemption's happy dawn! Sing through all Jerusalem, Christ is born in Bethlehem.
Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong,